What's going on, Aquarius? I know you get a nighttime reading. Don't you feel special? Welcome to my channel, Alchemist. My schedule shifted a little bit, so I'm doing like a combination of day and nights, just a little behind the scenes. Justin here, and I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just epic, Aquarius, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Stuff has brought you here. We're in for an amazing journey. Because it's General Energy Weekly Spread. Yeah, or something like that, Aquarius. You know, saying it's the end of the year. You're the last one of the cyclists, so we're just kind of rolling with it at this point. But with this weekly spread, whenever you happen to come across this video, there may be some messages in here for you. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force reading on a situation. Okay. So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Aquarius. So, I'm gonna be pulling a few oracle cards from this deck here, and then we'll get some details with the tarot here. And Aquarius is the newer one, this tarot deck, and has been fantastic. I love the article on the love the artwork on this. Look at that, I can barely talk. I love it so much. Let's get into this thing. Well, before we get into this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender specific readings, so apply these energies as they make sense for your situations, okay? Nice. And in case if y'all were curious, Aquarius, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below some links for some other readers that are like watching Aquarius, so definitely check them out. Very intuitive group. I think you would enjoy the energies that they bring. But let's talk about your first energy here, Aquarius, which is the Witch Braid card. And I dig this energy, Aquarius, because I feel with this, I feel for some there's this energy of paying attention to what has been almost like what's been woven into your life so far. What kind of energies that we've been intermingling with is what's coming through. It's an interesting energy. This could be maybe the people that you're associating with, the sort of content that you may be watching, whether this be YouTube, maybe this is or any sort of other visual platform, whatever, Aquarius, and pay attention to any kind of social media things. I feel like there's this energy of just seeing what is no longer what we need to take out of this braid that might be lowering your vibration into a sense. And I even feel for some, just considering that one of your rulers is one is Saturn, but is in Pisces. I already said that. Is in Pisces, which is a very spiritual sign. You know, when we're talking about that witch type of energy, you know, that's getting into, I feel like it's incorporating more things that get you in that intuitive space, that help you feel inspired, that get you connected with source, that get you, that kind of like strike you with those like intuitive ideas. I even feel like there's a tower energy that's coming through, but not in like, don't panic, it's not in like a typical type of tower. It's more so like a need of a changing of a foundation, in a sense, you know, like having that aha moment, or that sort of like that type of energy that I feel like is trying to come through. The more that you start to weave in, maybe this is through meditation, maybe this is through even just like listening to maybe some like positive affirmations, or even just getting into, I feel like even like for some, maybe even getting like if you happen to be very handy, or maybe even just making it a point to maybe draw something like maybe a few minutes a day, or do some kind of craft where you're working with your hands, maybe do some sort of weaving, something where you're braiding, something where you're just like in this in this active, making it like a point to just actively manifest or work that into your day, or to create something of the sorts. Maybe writing down, maybe you've been wanting to do, maybe you have like a little book idea, maybe just jotting down some ideas, or just getting a rough structures. But let's get some energy on this, Aquarius. I'm getting like, it's an interesting energy of like magician and towers, but in a very unique type of way that, let's see what's going on here, Aquarius. Look at that. Now we're feeling inspired. We got Page of Swords here. I dig it. Oh, let's see what else is going on here. Perfect. Thank you. Wow, you're feeling really inspired, Aquarius. I'm with it. You got a lot of... I like this. So you have the Ace of Swords, the Page of Swords, the Page of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and then the Two of Cups here, Aquarius. And here's that divine inspiration I was talking about. I feel like that's what's like... I feel like there's a need to just start getting the brain juices flowing, in a sense, with this energy. If you've been feeling these, like, ideas kind of pop into your head, or even if you've been, or if it's like something that you may even like hear through, I feel like pay attention to like, just it's giving me like little things that are kind of coming through. It's like you could be playing some video games, for example, and you happen to see something. It's just like, oh, that's an interesting thought. Just like be more present with your mind. And then, the Knight of Wands, he's a very fun type of knight. He gives me very, for me, this is Leo energy that comes through there. And I feel like just being a little more presence with your thought, especially when you're in that sort of like crafting type of energy there, because I feel like that's really when you are connecting with source. It's going to be, especially for your sign, being as unorthodox as you are in the best possible way. The more that you can, in a sense, just because you're such a logical sign, when you can kind of detach from that logic for a second and dig into, again, that more kind of feeling type of energy, really be with that unique energy. That's where the two tend to work hand in hand together, that head and heart connection. It feels like with these pages being here, they're in the early stages. They're working to get to those kingly states where you really have attained the wisdom from both of them, and then really forming this Ace of Swords and like making your thoughts manifest. But I do feel there's this energy of it's just like having more fun and using that as a way to connect with your higher selves. It's a very interesting energy that's coming through. Let me get a little bit more with the Two of Cups here, Aquarius, before we move on from that. I'm even getting, for some Aquarius, this might even be an energy of needing to, well, with the Two of Cups, because this could be kind of a romantic card. Maybe for some it's even going on a date, possibly, or just something where you're just having like a little more fun, and then just like exchanging of ideas, and which is appropriate because Venus just entered into Libra not too long ago. Depending on where your signs are at, or your placements are at, that's forming trines with your sign. And so a little something to think about when you're forming harmonious aspects with the Empress. Alright, Aquarius, but you have, for the Two of Cups, this is clarified by the Seven of Swords and the Strength card. And that's sort of, now, that is interesting because that does kind of come back for some. Because the Seven of Swords can be a card of lying, in a sense, or deceptions, or trickery. So I feel like paying attention to, and I even feel like not even just others, Aquarius, that might be tricking you, in the ways that you may even be kind of tricking yourselves as well. Maybe you feel, ooh, look at Leo running. That Strength card here, Leo. Maybe some people have told us that we're not creative, or maybe that our ideas may not be as good as they think they are, or that something that we may have been telling ourselves, that internal dialogue with the Two of Cups, maybe we haven't had that harmonious energy, just within. So that's something to pay attention to. But the Seven of Swords can also be a card of doing things in a different type of way, tapping into finding an alternative route for things. And that's where I feel like this witch braid is trying to get you into, again, your energy, getting to that unorthodox way of tapping into that, because your sign is being also ruled by Uranus. There is a brilliance that is there, and I feel like when you are, it's like when you are very knowledgeable in your in a like a when you have that thing that that you have. I feel like there's a need to explore that more, because there is that real genius behind that. When you know something, you really know it in a way that is, and do stuff with it in a way that is impressive, Aquarius. So you could be thinking like maybe you work with, like, maybe you're good with hair, for example, and you think that there's so many ways that people have done hair. There's no possible way that you can't do something. But never doubt how unique, especially of all the signs, Aquarius, never doubt how unique your specific thing, and the thing that you find yourself passionate about, that you can't change the game of, that you can't really shine through, like Leo, like that Leo type of energy that comes through. So with the Strength card, so I like that, Aquarius. That is a dope start. All right, let's get another oracle on the mix. Interesting, Aquarius. Alright, so you have the Adorn card here. And this one is giving me very interesting energy. So, I've talked about this before with your sign, that, I mean, that's interesting. It's funny that Leo pops up here, because their ruler is the sun. And the sun thrives in Leo energy. But considering that Leo's at your opposite sign, the sun is in detriment, and so it's very, the energy is weaker there, and the sun is your sense of self. And considering too that you are a sign of groups and friendships and the collective networking, I feel that, I almost feel like it's like, for some, do you put on a mask in order to, it's like, what face do you put on when you're with other people? And are we, because I feel like it's one thing to read your environment and kind of tweak things. Like, so let's say, like, how you are with friends is different than how you are at work. There's still that same element of you, but it's just slightly tweaked. But I feel like the question here is, for some of you, is that, are we telling ourselves, are we really living to our authentic selves, or are we catering to other people's ideas and kind of dismissing our uniqueness? Because again, the sun does struggle in your sign technically, and I feel like there is a potential of losing that uniqueness in a group. And I feel like that's a big thing with Aquarius wanting to be in a sign of freedom as well, to not being able to live your authentic self and always feel like that you have to be in a box. And I even feel for some there's this need to even type this energy of needing to break free, in a sense, because that can be difficult, being ruled by two. You have Saturn, which is such a strict planet, the disciplinary, the taskmaster, and the one energy of time, where you have Uranus that yearns for freedom and the collective and things like that. And to try to have those two energies harmonize, that's some trickiness. And so sometimes I feel like there is a question of, even with this Adorn card, it's just like, who am I? And forming a more solid, and I feel like even with the Seven of Swords here, it's almost like we've sold ourselves as one thing, or try to tell ourselves to be one thing. Maybe we have to be this thing, we have to be that, be what society has told you to be. And you're a rebellious sign as well, Aquarius. And I feel that maybe for some, even that rebellion, because we haven't found that true sense of real sense of identity. And it's not to say that you not, you know what I mean, Aquarius? Like, it's not that I'm saying you're not yourself, but it's just like, do you really feel that you're living your authentic truth, or do you feel like you're withdrawn because you're afraid of being weird, or afraid of like what people may think, or that you're not going against the grain? Because we need that. If there wasn't for, I mean, if it weren't for that, we'd all be robots. You know, and so, and I feel like sometimes in order, it's like, if we can't rebel and be ourselves, then that rebellion translates out in different ways and not where it's necessarily needed. Let me get some tarot on that and see if I can make that, because let's get some tarot on this, Aquarius. Because even this Adorn card is giving me this energy of almost being like just tired of having to put on this a certain type of mask in a sense. But oh, Chris, let me get a couple more. Dope. Thank you. Let's see what's up here, Aquarius. There's that magician. Love it. Huh, Mercury's going to be entering there soon. So you have the Temperance card, the Magician, the Four of Wands, the Four of Cups, and then the Queen of Wands here, Aquarius. And I feel with this, Aquarius, with the Temperance card, this is a card of moderation, a card of balance. And I feel that there is this energy. It's, again, I feel like there's some that we're trying to be free. There's this, because when you get like the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Wands, those two lead with their heart, and I feel that for some we've been kind of overthinking our identities and not allowing ourselves to really celebrate who you really are, and doing that unapologetically. And I don't feel like it would necessarily turn people off. If anything, that would get other people out of their shells as well. Well, it would inspire others, because you are the star card in the tarot, and I feel that every star shines, has a purpose in the grand scheme of things, but they need that it's like everyone needs to be in their place, or has their certain place in the whole collective of things. But I even feel for some, even with the four of like cups, it's like either there's this bored energy that like we keep putting on the same mask kind of day in, day out, day in, day out, and there's no zest, there's no lust for life, there's no passion, there's the creativity feels stifled with the magician being here, and there's a need to kind of break outside of this mold in a sense, to really celebrate that authenticity that is you. And because of what I feel could potentially happen, Aquarius, if we don't find that balance of true expression, is that we end up feeling jaded with the world, and that we feel that it just pigeonholes us in a sense, and then it keeps you from really tapping into your that really powerful manifestation that you have. Because I feel because it's like Aquarius is like, you don't just think outside of the box, you destroy the box and make a rocket ship, or make, or you do, it's, and it's in those you, because I even listen, I would never tell you to quit your job. But for example, let's say that you're at this job and you just like it's just sort of like you do like you just kind of copy paste, and just sort of everyone's sort of going around just doing their own thing or doing the same thing. And yeah, there's this, it feels like there's this energy of breaking out of this cage, Aquarius. And just if you haven't been, and I feel like even your in like a work environment, you can still be that innovative self, but it's just like, I feel like even for some, it's like you may want the structure, but it's just like, how can we push that boundary a little bit while still While still being in that environment, or that sort of like, maybe if we have like a corporate job, for example, maybe this is something where you're just like wearing fun socks or wearing fun ties if you do like a suit and tie type of thing, or like a dress shirt and a tie or something. Or maybe if we're in like accounting, maybe having just different, or like a, because there's nothing wrong with that, Aquarius. Let's say we're working at like a desk job, maybe having more, bringing more fun, bringing like little trinkets around. I mean, you should see my setup. I have like all types of stones. I got just bought this big old thing of tourmaline not too long ago. I got on a great deal, and so just like random things. And there's this little owl. I'm just like, do I need a shungite owl? I mean, well, yeah, but realistically, no. But you know, Aquarius, just like little things to just like not lose yourself. I feel with this adoring energy. So just something to keep in mind. I feel like that uniqueness is very important for you, and especially for you, but for all of us. And I feel like you're a great reminder of that, because I tell you what, every time I find someone, when I learn that someone's an Aquarius, it's just like, of course you are, because it's like, well, this doesn't make any sense. You really never, you all just pop out of nowhere. And I feel like that's the really cool thing about like Aquarius energy too, is that it doesn't really fit in anywhere, even in your own sign. You all just do it so differently. It's so fascinating. All right, let's get your last card here. Dope. Thank you. All right, Aquarius. Last card here. You have the amulet card. And I like this because these are the things, I feel this is the stuff that you've picked up. Yes, even this leg, this little arm trinket, just all of it, fish. This is how I would describe Aquarius. It's just a hodgepodge of just stuff. And I feel that it's, even with this witch braid and how this is all coming together, it's just like, how has your life experience formed you thus far, and how are we expressing that energy? And I even get with this amulet energy, there's this question of what really matters to you. You know, where do you feel you fit in, even in all of this stuff. If that you know, if that's something, if that makes sense. It's, and even because you had to, I said, where the Four of Wands goes? I thought you had the Four of Wands. Even with this Four of Wands, I almost feel that there is a need to, if you haven't really taken a moment to just celebrate how all of your experiences and all of the things in life have come to make you who you are. Just taking a moment and really being in that and making more moments for that. And expressing that gratitude for those experiences. And I feel like even too, if there's certain things that we're clinging to or that we have woven into ourselves, is even ask yourself, why do we let this thing, you know, why does this thing define us the way that it does? You know, what makes this so special? What makes you special? And it's really lovely, Aquarius. Let me see what's very, very kind of deep. I feel like kind of in like personal questions that we may be kind of asking ourselves here. But yeah, let me get some. Let me get some tarot on this. Hmm. There's only two more. Look, I get two more Two of Wands pops up. Oh, let's see. One more, Aquarius. Oh! What's good? Let's talking about you. All right, Aquarius. Last little bit here. So you have the Seven of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, the Two of Wands, the Chariot, the Moon, and the Empress, Venus. And let's switch back over here, Aquarius. Because even thinking with Venus, I told you Venus is in Libra now, and that's forming a lovely aspect with your sign. It's forming a trine, and I feel you tap into that creative. That was an interesting way of saying that. Tapping into that energy, Aquarius, that can bring about. I really feel like get things moving for you in a really cool type of way. Maybe even change the direction of where you want to take your life. You may feel inspired to, and again, like this is not like we're like changing careers or anything like that. Just feel inspired in general to just, because like that, I feel like it's with this Six of Cups here. It's like we're forging new memories. We're taking all these experiences and journeying into something different. Like this Moon card. It's like we're, and that's interesting. It's almost like we're tapping into an unknown part of you, or learning. Oh, like when you're asking yourself, because this is like I feel like a really deep, kind of like like a inner discovery, like almost like finding, like connecting with like your inner child again, even, and allowing them to just, because I mean we're just childs, little kids in adult bodies, most of us, and depending on what age you're at, but I do feel it's like with the Seven of Cups, or excuse me, Seven of Pentacles. I do feel there is. It's just like really kind of question what you've invested in so far. How's that come to fruition? But I do feel too that there is this level of like abundance that is coming through here that we're discovering. There's this new, almost I feel like seeing the world in a different type of way with more type of beauty, appreciating all of the experience that have come for you, because you do this energy, this Empress Six of Cups here. There feels like there's this rich type of past history that may be kind of coming up here, and even like a more sort of rich future in a sense, like something just, and I mean it could be money too, but I mean just more so just kind of really living life to its fullest, and seeing the, maybe even going to because with the Chariot, card of travel here, maybe even going to kind of just see, go experience some things. And even with the Two of Wands, usually there's this figure that has like the world in their hands, and it's just like, where's the energy trying to even take you? And let me get one more thing. Let me get one more thing with the check in with the Moon here, Aquarius, real quick, because I feel like there's even something like a side view that. Oh, and there's Libra. I love that. There's thank you. There's this. So the Moon is clarified by the Justice card, Libra, and then the Four of Pentacles, and that's where I feel like there's something that is that we're trying to discover internally. The seven of, or excuse me, the Four of Pentacles can be like your savings, but I feel like there's something that the universe has been saving for you that's locked inside here, that's trying to, because really around like 30 is when we start to come into our sun signs, and that Aquarian energy for you is really kind of coming in there. And Libra, they have this, the energy falls, the sun falls in their sign, and their sign of relationships. It's kind of similar to yours, but not quite as weakened, but it's still, I do feel like there's even a paying attention to relationships, but I do love that both Venus and Libra are here, considering that's where she's at now. And I do feel like that can be an energy too of just like establishing that relationship with yourself, and there's like a whole side of you that's needing, I feel like, wanting to be explored. So with that moon, and discover, like, there's a side that you show yourself that you just kind of, the moon's always front facing, we're just seeing the light, she doesn't rotate, but now it's time to, I feel like it's time to rotate, find, like, maybe discover a new way to adorn yourself, in a sense, take your experiences from these amulets, these trinkets, and just try something new, kind of fresh approach to who you are, Aquarius. But all right, I think I'm gonna leave that there, Aquarius. I hope that made sense. But if anything resonated with you, Aquarius, what do we do? Oh, give it a thumbs up. I was like, what do you do when you like stuff, Aquarius? Give it a thumbs up. And share this, Aquarius, because I feel like finding that uniqueness in your sign, that's important for all of us, but I feel like especially for you, that's something that, you know, it's a beautiful thing when you learn those, learn yourself on a deeper type of level there. And then subscribe there, you chariot, you moon, you strength card, magician, whoever, whatever mask you're trying to wear, empress, whatever you're feeling like today, justice card. Hit that bell button to get notified on all these videos each week. And speaking of the chariot, look at you getting the hottest ticket to come over to my other channel. And if you have any Cancer in your placement, sun, moon, rising, come on over to the chariot, and friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss the lunar shenanigans, even when they're silly Pisces. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get you surprise cards here, so I can get you out of here, Aquarius. And I dig that. So you got the Five of Swords here. And I feel with the Five of Swords that sometimes we can get caught up with what other people want us to be, or what we think we should be based off what other people are doing. And why worry about that? It's like, what do we have to be embarrassed about or anything? Because it's like, if we were all the same, that'd be so boring, Aquarius. There'd be nothing to do, there'd be no kind of innovation, it'd just be just sort of like, and that's where, Aquarius, I feel like, is far from meh. Aquarius is just like, hey, like something just like out of left field. So I feel with the Five of Swords, it's not letting the thoughts and perspectives of others, because I get where, there's a time, or there's like, we want to be aware of our surroundings in a sense, but at the same time, there's that uniqueness does need to shine through there. It's just like, if you need to be the guy that wears silly socks, or wears like a belt buckle, like that's a wild, maybe a belt buckle says wild thing, or maybe even just like piercings, hair, tattoos, whatever. Just allow that. Let your freak flag fly there, Aquarius. That's what I'm feeling, and I'm with that 100%. Because you could even like Aquarius, I got a uniform gig, but instead I'm working on the side, but bet. I'm wearing my bracelets. We're wearing our amulets. I have my little piercing there. I have my braids in. I'm about to get some new ones here eventually. But I actually got some cool ideas. I'll tell you, Aquarius. I was actually thinking, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna do it on this next one, but for sure I was thinking, for like my sun signs in Cancer, I think I'm gonna have someone braid the Cancer symbol in my hair. Ain't that gonna be sick? So look out for that one, Aquarius. Let me get your oracle card here so I can get you out of here. Thought we just kind of, since you're my last, because Aquarius, I'm about to do the monthly ones tomorrow, so I'm geeked up. I'm geeked up. It's gonna be fun. Oh, love that, Aquarius, because that's what you are, Aquarius. Alchemist. Is that what that is? The Alchemist. That's your oracle card. Wouldn't that be something if it wasn't? But listen, Aquarius. The Alchemist is a card of balance, temperance, and justice here. Invention, Leo energy, you, and destruction. And I like that, because I feel for some, that there is this energy of maybe needing to destroy whatever mask maybe someone has put on you and what's been ingrained in you. And again, kind of finding, like what really matters to you, what you really want to do. Balance out that, just if you've been focusing on just kind of pleasing others to kind of do things your own type of way, to always, making sure that there's that reciprocity there, because I feel like if you're just always doing for someone else, it's just like, are they doing, you don't do enough for you. That does get you in a weird mindset. It gets you feeling jaded. It's a whole thing. So I do feel like if we're having like an identity crisis, take a moment, dissolve all that. Be with yourself for a moment, detach, and go within. See how you feel about that. Balance those energies out there. So, and maybe maybe we're inventing a whole brand new you, Aquarius. I mean, still got a little bit, but your birthday seasons we're getting closer. So I'm about to start getting stuff all put together for your birthday season here soon. So something to think about. But I think I'm gonna leave that there. So stay safe out there, Aquarius. Finding yourself and maybe going on a little journey of self discovery there. I'm with it. You raise your vibration to the roof. Because I'll tell you what, you do some self care, find yourself. All that's gonna do is raise everybody else's vibration to the roof because they're gonna be excited. Like, look at Aquarius doing their thing, wild thing. So why not? Why not? That's gonna let everyone else want to let their freak flag fly. So go out there and invent yourself, there, Alchemist. And I will catch you on the next one. Later.